All right. Hello, 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 hello. Lewis Schaffer here. I'm going to wait a minute before so people can come in, and I can apologize for the earlier show. I can apologize for the earlier show. Okay. Welcome to Lewis Schaffer. Are you here? Is everybody here? Are we not on the list here? There we go. Paul Yoward is here. Okay, yes, it's working now. Thank you for coming. I've had a real day. Hey, Paul, how are you? Noam, how are you? Mark, how are you? Good to see you. Um, Good to see you. Good to see you. Hold on a second. Hold on. Just hang on to what you've got. Okay. Um, I fell asleep during part of the show. My son actually showed it to me. I fell asleep talking. I've had a long day. I haven't done anything. I've just done this thing today, but it's been long. It's been long enough. It's been long enough. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm not ready for today. I'm not ready. I'm upset, and then I had to deal with I'm putting stuff on eBay. You know me. I'm selling all my stuff. I'm selling stuff. I found a box on the street, and it's a hoist for a bicycle. Let me fix my hair. For a hoist for a bicycle. Dingo. Looking good. Liked already. Thank you very much. There you go. Dingo dollar. Um, and I I mean, I've got a real problem. I don't know if any of you have HSBC, but it's so complicated to get verified to do anything. I mean, everybody else, they can get an I thing, they can do a think thing, and I know maybe they're doing a thing. It's so hard. And so I found something on the street, and and I want to upload it. It's a hoist for a bicycle. It's a fancy hoist. They're like 35 pounds or 50 pounds or something. And I'm putting it on eBay. And I haven't put anything on eBay recently. Anything. I've put just stuff on Vinted. As you know, I'm Nunhead Man on Vinted. And then I wanted to go on Vinted on the computer. And they said that account has been taken already. But I am Nunhead Man. And they said, no, that account's been taken. So I've had to set up another account, which could be worthless for me to do it. Vintage Cash Cow. Has anyone used this? What is Vintage Cash Cow? Paul Yoward. Anyway, I find being at home a lot makes me sleepy. Yeah, I actually went out today. I went out. I had breakfast. I had chips, and then I came home here, and I had after the show yesterday, when I was totally exhausted. My son got me two custard donuts, and I couldn't say no to the custard donuts. I couldn't say no, so I ate two of them. And this is Lewis Schaffer is not trying hard, is going through an episode. Joodles is here, beautiful, beautiful Joodles. I tried to sign in, but I could not sign in. Some things happened to me. I couldn't sign in back in the day. Maybe I've lost my mind. Maybe I'm just not as smart as I used to be. And that's the problem. Not as smart as I used to be. I've got to be smart. I'm funny. I've got to tell myself I'm funny and I'm smart. But the more every single day I don't feel as smart as I used to feel. I'm sorry, I don't. Do you guys feel smart? Do you feel like you're losing it? I mean, maybe I have Alzheimer's. Everybody's got Alzheimer's. But then I take the Alzheimer's test. If you ask me the Alzheimer's questions, I know the answer to them. What day, what country are we in, all that stuff. All that stuff. I mean, of course, I practice beforehand. I look at the questions, so I know what the questions are going to be. No, that's not true. The account is taken because it's yours. Well, I want to go into that account. I want to go into that. They said it was yes, but I want to go in, and I want to sign in, and they wouldn't let me sign in. They wouldn't let me sign in. It happens. It happens to us all. I think you're saying, Darklands. I mean, I don't know if it is. Do people feel if people feel duller and stupider? I mean, this is not new for me. I used to feel this way back in the day. And remember, I should be. People have always said they never said to me, "You're really smart." They've never said that. But and there were times I just felt like really like an idiot. Do you feel like an idiot? Am I the only one? I don't know if I'm the only one. I feel like an idiot. Joodles, when you say hoist, Lewis, what do you actually mean? Can you show us? I thought it was a hanger. A lift. No, because it can actually go up and down. It can go up and down. Let me see if I can show you. Maybe if I have a picture, I can put it up. This is not working either. There it is. There it is. Let's see if I can find this thing. Let's see if I can find this thing. Let me just see if I can find this thing. Hold on. I'll see if I can find it. Thumbnail desktop downloads. Bike hoist. I don't know how to move this over. This is another thing. I should know how to move an image over. Maybe not my dungeon, but perhaps for my bicycle. Yes. Yes. Maybe I could deliver it to your house, maybe late at night or something. Anyway, yes, you would like this thing. It's in a box. It's brand new. It's worth 25 quid. It's worth 25 quid. But my wisdom comment, people know you are smart, but impervious to wisdom. It's part of your charm. Impervious to wisdom. I'm not impervious to it. I just get wisdom after I need it. I mean, if you say to me, Lewis, that wasn't a very wise thing to do, I will go, yeah, you're probably right. You're probably right. So I'm not impervious to wisdom, but maybe I am. A PhD in phytology. I've got that. I know that stuff. And look what's happening with the US government. They're doing all this stuff that I've been doing. They're doing all the stuff, all the protein stuff. All the protein stuff. All the protein stuff. Okay, okay, here we go. I can go this way. I'll go this way. Here we go. There we go. Let's go here. Let's go here. Can you see this? Baby, can you see me? Can you see that? Can you see that? This is what it looks like. Can you see these two hangers in the bicycle? Let me make it easier to see. Here you go, Joodles. It is a sex hoist. No, it's not. Maybe you could. It can hold a lot. Oh my God! It is a bike stand. Is that what you mean? Well, it's not a stand. It's up in the air. And can you see the rope? And I think this is what it is. It's in the box. I never opened the box, but I took the information from the thing. It's a kink dungeon. It could be too. It could be too. I'm trying to get rid of sell it. That's what I'm doing. He's right. I'm just trying to get rid of stuff because my son is calling me a hoarder, and I might be a hoarder. And in times like this, we need to have cleanliness. Do we not? I think we do. We need to be clean. We need to be clean. Let me move this over here. Why am I so big? Why am I so big? I might have to change the settings in some way. Hold on, I'm going to change the settings. Here we go. So, yeah, something you'd have in a man cave. Yeah, if you're a real man, or you're a woman like Joodles is a real woman and a real man too. She's like that's why she's always so upset at the trans people, because she's a real man and a real woman. Are you a real woman? Cleanliness is next to godliness. You know what? Cleanliness is so important. I've been making my bed for about 4 or 5 years. Most of my life I never made my bed, and I think that's important. And I put stuff on Vinted at Nunhead. The first one to fall asleep at the sleepover gets put on the sex hoist and tickled relentlessly. Could be. Could be. I mean, at my age, sleep is more important than sex, basically. It's not a bike stand, Joodles. It is. It isn't. So that's what it is. I don't know how much it's worth. I think new it's worth 50, 60 pounds. This is in the box new. It's never been used. It's never been used. Maybe not my dungeon, but perhaps for my bicycle. Yeah, but you love your bicycle. This actually would be perfect for anybody to hoist it up. I mean, I don't know. Maybe you have to. It's hard to take down. The way this picture is, I don't know. I know nothing about it. So you might want to do research into it. See my wisdom concept. People know you are smart, but okay. Well, there you go. Let me see your wisdom comment. It's part of my charm. Lewis, have you ever thought of consignment? We could all send you our junk and you sell it for a small cut. I would not trust me to sell your shit. I'm not. I would forget to sell it. I would, you know what I mean? I'd forget to give you the money. Lewis looks like a college lecturer. Well, with my shirt here and the glasses. Thank you very much, Alex. Stress blurs your judgment and memory. That is true, I guess. That's true. Hold on. Can you hear me? I didn't have the sound up properly. Is this better? Is this better? You've been here for 200 days. If the sound doesn't sound. MC Scott says, I'm smart. Thank you very much. I mean, I wasn't looking for a compliment. I mean, people often think, oh, you're just looking for a compliment. Or they're thinking, oh, you're just looking for attention. I'm not. I'm looking for some authenticity, some truth. Some authenticity. I'm going to have to create another vinted account. I'm going to have to do that. I'm doing more and more stuff every day. So I'm optimistic. I love you, Lewis, but you look like my grandma, says Girl from Mars. Yeah, this is my new glasses. It cost £1.50, but I think it looks better. Which one? We'll take a vote on this. This is Lewis Schaffer. You think I'm doing this for attention. I'm just doing it because I think I'm the center of the universe. But what do you like these glasses? Black, shirt's black, or do you like these glasses? These glasses or these glasses? What do you think? I'm saying there should be an address on the package. There was an address on the package, but it was somebody had thrown it out and they had written a note on it, unused, please take. So I took it. A normal person wouldn't take it. They'd say, I don't know what this thing is. I'm not going to take it. Clear frame better, says Paul. Anybody, for a different opinion? Is there a bike hoist for motorbikes? I don't think so, because I think maybe there are. Maybe you got to get yeah, of course there is. But why would I care about that? So let's see what there's. Black is sexy, says Girl from Mars. White glasses, white hair. Is that good? Black frames, that's 2 for 2. The girls like the black frames. Yeah, these look very girly, I guess. Okay, fair enough. Professor Schaffer versus Mrs. Schaffer. Fire. Battle of the glasses. Are these the Professor Schaffer? Are these the I had 2 pairs of glasses. This is not my favorite glasses, and I lost the other one. I don't know where they went. Maybe it fell down in the back here. It could have done that. It could have fallen down. I'm in the kitchen right now. I'm in the kitchen. So we'll keep with this. Listen to me. If you ever see me like passing out, just say, "Hey Lewis, wake up." Or send me a message if you can. Lucy has had a very, very, very bad cold, but it seems like she's getting better. You look older in the white glasses, says Girl from Mars. Do I really? I think these glasses are too large for me, and I think they're maybe a smaller pair glasses. The white ones look like safety glasses. What is a safety glass? For working and stuff like that? Some are black, otherwise makes more pasty. Winter clear makes you look less pasty. More pasty, less pasty. Which reminds me that I have to go to the sunbed. I've got to go. I'm going to make a note, which I will never look at again, and go to the sunbed. Sunbed. So what do you think the consensus is? Hi, Mrs. Doubtfire. Which one makes this? Does this make me look like Mrs. Doubtfire? Bad cold, chicken soup pronto. I would say possibly. Chicken soup's not bad, but I say, like I said to her, no one listens to me. No carbs. No carbs. Don't eat if you can avoid eating, and take warm baths. Get as warm as possible. Are you prescription, which helps you see better? These are reading glasses. They're just magnified by a slight amount. So I can see. These are magnified by 1.5. These are magnified. Let's see what these say. I don't know what these say. Or do they say anything? I don't know what these say. I think they're the same. So this is a 150% increase. Robin Williams in Drag, the movie. Jude's. I miss what Jude said? We're on live chat. Hello there, Kermit. Hello, Alex. People were queuing up at 6 a.m. today for Pokemon cards at Costco to sell for double on Vinted. Really? Because things usually on Vinted are they're always advocating. They're always saying, you sell the pair of jeans for £2, which is cheaper than the charity shop here in Peckham. Which ones can you see better through, Lewis? No, I can see the same, Mr. Cuff. I see the same. Reading. What's happened is I've gotten so good at seeing distances. My reading is not that good. It's not as good as it's been. I mean, I can read everything. It's just I'm sitting here focusing, trying to talk to people, and it's very exhausting. Kermit has started on the buzzballs. Buzzballs are alcoholic beverages. How do they stock them if they're kind of round? I quite like the clear, very tech bro. You look like you could be making millions on AI. Yeah, maybe this look. I don't know whether you can see. Can you see the hold on a second. Can you see the what's going on here? You can't see the shirt. You can't see the shirt. You can't see the shirt. You look super sophisticated in clear glasses. Okay, so it's a big debate. Black frames, more distinguished. The transparent frames make you look like a beatnik poet. Well, yeah, maybe. I quite like the clear, okay? Let's see what else everybody says. So basically, it's neck and neck. Is it neck and neck? Is it neck and neck? I'm not sure if it is. What do you say, Joodles, about this? What does Joodles say? Sophisticated, are you sure? I'm not sophisticated. I'm less and less sophisticated. Kermit, what color? I'm on red tonight. Okay, I don't know what that's all about. Kermit, what color? Okay, start your own agentic rubbish. AI Lewis. That's how you will get back to living the high life. Your own agentic rubbish. What is an agentic rubbish? No. I'm buying a new saw. What should I get? I should sell the saw that I have here. I should sell. What kind of saw? You mean like a wood saw? Like one of those wood saws with the handle? Like that? I've got one here. Clear ones make you look like you should be on a synthesizer in the 1980s electronic band. That's not turning me off to these glasses. It's turning me on. All right. So we basically, This is the problem with this show. I don't know when to stop these discussions. I could go on forever talking about me and my eyeglasses. Do you know how to do polls on live chat? No, I don't, Dingo Dollar. Paul Spear and Jackson, who is, I never heard of Spear and Jackson. Let me look that up. We'll look up Spear and Jackson. We'll see what Spear and Jackson stands for. That's the box. Spear and Jackson. Garden tools? Is that what it is? I've got garden tools. I don't even have a garden here. The red and blue are my faves. I swear there was something else in there. In there. In where? Paul Spear. Okay. Agentic AI is the type of clankers that can operate software on your command and Google stuff like Gemini. Agenic. I never heard that word used. All right. Anytime, yeah. There's ways to make money. I prefer not to make money because that way I could say that Jews don't care about money. He has to buy stuff at Car Booth. He doesn't pay for any of this. Yeah, I find it. You do pay for it. You pay for it. You bring it home, and you pay for it because your kid's looking at you like you're just you're a horrible person because you've picked up rubbish in the street. Or you pay for it because you got to schlep it all the way home from over in East Dulwich or over up in Broccoli, or even around the corner. You pay for it because you got to put it in the washing machine. I actually wash the stuff. Garden tools mostly. I found some stuff. Lots of stuff I find. And I found stuff. Let's see. Agentic, like an agent, like when you dial up self help with a company, and then they answer your questions like they're somebody, and then you gotta really fight to speak to somebody. Basically, you gotta fight. You gotta fight for the right to party. So you think I look older here? I don't know that you can notice this. Well, it's taking less attention from my mark here. Can you see that? And then this thing here. Can you see the dimple there? Can you see the dimple? And then this is kind of like it's not quite a dimple, but it is. That's dimple. I never had dimples. I don't know. And then this thing I've always had. And then these are kind of like pimples that come from where because I sleep with eye shades on. But basically I sleep with them on. They're like a hat to me. I can't sleep without them. They're relaxing to me. I do care. Of course I care, girl from Mars. I do care what you think. And as we get to know each other, I will obey you because I'm a simp. No, I'm not a simp, but I will obey you. Do you care that that I ask a lot of people? Am I not allowed to ask other people? Okay. I make my painting sketchers out of pallets. So I pick those up from the street and I have to saw. Well, let me show you. Let me show you the thing that I have. I don't know. This is a saw. This is an Irwin saw. I found this. I found this. I found this in the cemetery. It was like left behind in the cemetery. I probably not allowed to take something from the cemetery. It's a saw. Can you see this is the kind of thing you could use to saw on pallets. Can you see can you see that? What about that, Paul? That's a saw. Here's a look at this thing. This thing's quite good. Quite good. It's a shovel. I don't know. Do you call it a shovel in this country? Like you call a broom. This shovel was £6.99, probably about 40 years ago. How much is a shovel now? Okay. Do you like the shovel? Okay. I've always been going to cemeteries. I haven't been to one in a long time. And this I pay. Whoops. This is brand new. Oh, I mean, it isn't new, but I barely use it. It's for cutting locks and stuff. Can you see this? Can you see what that looks like? I got this at Lidl. It was a mistake. It's a Power Fix Professional or something. Can you see that? Power Fix. Does anybody need any of this stuff? Any of this? Maybe I should just be giving away my stuff. I mean, I should be selling it, but I think I shouldn't be giving stuff away. This should be a business enterprise. Lewis, you are a thief. Yeah, I am. I'm not a thief. I don't take it off of working sites. But if you're walking in the middle of the woods in Camberwell Old Cemetery, and it's like lying in between bushes and stuff, what am I supposed to? Maybe I should have brought it in. It is a spade. This is the point of annoyance between the U.S. and the U.K. You seem to call everything a shovel. It's a spade. What makes it a spade? Is that it's flat? Is that what makes it a spade? Is that what makes it a spade? Possibly. Okay, interesting. I'm sorry about that. Fancy seeing someone leaving a cemetery with a saw. Well, it's a good place to dump a body. You're going to be a grave robber in a few years, I swear. Possibly. Who knows? I mean, I like dead people. Okay. Digital ID will get you, says Girl from Mars. It's quite possible. It's quite possible. I saw it onto my computer. It recognizes me. What makes you think they can't recognize you already? Okay. So it's a spade. I'm sorry. £10 for bolt cutters. Yeah, I paid less than that. I remember paying less than that about 5 years ago. Because I just think to myself, if my bicycle is locked, if I lose my keys, I'm going to need a bolt cutter. That's what I thought. I've used it twice on stuff. It's a great way to torture somebody. Yes, a shovel has a curve, says Kermit, to pick up coal or something. Interesting. Okay, I did not know that. I mean, I kind of knew it. Now that you told it to me, I kind of knew it. Because you said it's a spade. I said, what makes it not a shovel? It's curved. Okay, so I kind of figured that out. Ulrich is here. Hello, Ulrich. Welcome back, Ulrich. A shovel has scoopy side flanges. Okay, that's words we don't use very often. Yeah, it's curved. It's curved. The spade is for digging. A shovel is for shoveling. I think that's saying a shovel is for shoveling. I think Paul would know what that word. There's a word to describe that. There's a Latin word which I rarely use. Deck of cards, diamonds, hearts, and shovels. A shovel isn't flat, Lewis. At least I think that's the main difference. A deck of cards, diamonds, heart, and clubs, and shovels, says Mr. Steve Cuff. I don't understand. Show shit shoveling was a job. Loose stuff. I don't understand what you mean by that. I use flange all the time. A flange. I love a girl's flange. I'm absolutely going to call those cards shovels from now on. What is that? What is that? I don't understand what that is. Spades and digging. A shovel is for scooping loose stuff, says Paul. Okay, interesting. Lewis, what the F goes in your mind and your head? You convince yourself you're right when you are wrong, when you know you are wrong. Right? Tell me where I'm wrong. Tell me where I'm wrong. Won't admit that I'm wrong, but I'll think about it. How am I wrong, girl from Mars? How am I wrong? A spade and a shovel have different blades. It's the blade that makes the difference, says MC Scott. Yeah, okay, there you go. Judel said something funny. I'm absolutely going to call those cards shovels from now on. That has properly tickled me. I missed the joke. I don't understand the joke. A deck of cards. Diamonds, heart, clubs. Diamonds, hearts, clubs. And what's the other one? What is the fourth suit? I can't even remember what the fourth suit is. What is the fourth suit? I don't know. Spades and spades. Oh, I see. I see what it is. Sorry, I understand now. I understand now. I didn't understand it before. But thank you very much. And you made Judels laugh. Judels, when she laughs, she's a good laugher. Girl from Mars. I'm singing it to myself and actually crying. I don't believe you. Put a picture up on that's showing tears coming out of your eyes. I don't believe it. You're always so effusive in saying you're laughing that I don't believe it. And to me, who is a fake comedian, a once comedian, a possible comedian, a pretend comedian, a failed comedian, crying, laughing is, you can't joke about laughing. You can't joke about laughing. I love that song, The Ace of Shovels. Oh, okay. So it's Ace of Spades. Who are the Ace of Spades? Is that like some 80s English group? Lend me your shovel, make a good boss. Lend me your shovel, make a good boss. Okay, you're talking amongst yourselves. I don't know if you're going to talk about amongst yourselves, you could at least just sort of explain it to me. Explain it to me. Did someone mention the bands? Where do we go from here? It is down to the lake, I fear. Howard Jones, what is love? Baby, don't hurt me. That's another song. Howard Jones, he played the Ivy House right here. Going to be in London next week, Ghostbusters Flume style. What is Ghostbusters? You don't know the song Ace of Spades. I think I do know it. Let me see if I can play it on this thing without having it broadcast out to the world. See if I can find it. I'm going to see if I can find it. Oh, it's a Motorhead song. The only card I need is the Ace of Spades. Yeah. Can you hear it out there? There you go. Yeah, that's a yeah. I've heard of that. Yeah, of course I've heard of that. I've heard of that. I mean, I find Lemmy. I can't look at the guy. He's uglier than Osmongold, if you know what I'm talking about. Lemmy, real name Fraser Kilminster. Maybe the name in the nature. He saw misters in the woods with a spade and a saw and a saw. Is that what that song's about? I didn't really understand it. The song playing, just you not, no song playing. Thank you, Paul, because I don't want to get a letter from them. Wasn't Lenny originally in Hawkwind? He was in, what was he in? He was in a band. I just saw his name mentioned. Uh, let's see what band he was in. I'm going to look here. Lemmy. He was an English musician. I thought he was Welsh. Okay, we're gonna see. We're gonna see what he was in. We're allowed to read. Luckily, we're still allowed to read without paying money for reading. But here we go. Here we go. Hawkwind. He was in Hawkwind, yeah. He was in The Damned. He was in The Damned, I think. He was from Stoke-on-Trent, which is near Wales. Ex-Royal Air Force captain. Well, everybody in those days was. Everybody in those days was. They're going to come back and they're going to be sent to Ukraine, all those people. Um, he was first in Hawkwind. Sorry. The early years. The early years. He shared a flat with Noel Redding, the bassist of the Jimi Hendrix Experience. He was good looking and then he grew that boil on his face. Ladies, no boils. The boils come from carbs or alcohol. That's why all those Eastern European women have had like the boils on their face. Any kind of growth is a sign you've got type 2 diabetes. Opal Butterflies, band suit disbanded. Okay. He had a song, Silver Machine, #3 in the UK. Then he joined Motorhead. He was in Motorhead for 40 years, 2015. Okay. Bat Bastard. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. Okay. Very interesting. Let's go back on track here. Very interesting. I'm sorry I had to read that. Was a roadie originally. Lemmy was a roadie originally, including for Jimi Hendrix. Yeah, well maybe because he knew what's his name. He knew Noel Redding. The Welsh one was called Lambie. So I never heard of Lambie. Who was Lambie? National League North. That's a football reference. The DEI one was called Lammy. Lammy. These are good nicknames. Who else did we find out the other day was a toffee? Was it you, Seller? No wonder Alan Williams isn't in. He'll be drowning his sorrow after getting beaten on penalties by Sunderland. Stoke-on-Trent is near Wales. It is near Wales. Isn't it near Wales? It is. I mean, it's not near Wales, if you call Cardiff and that place Wales. I had a fanzine of Motorhead, says Paul Yoward. It was awful. A cartoon about the pig thing. I gave it to John Cohen. I bet it's worth a bit now. Tell me what it is. We can Google it and find out how much it is, or maybe you can Google it. Crystal Palace got eliminated, but okay, that stuff can happen, Alex. That stuff can happen. I'm not spending a minute thinking about it. We've got the division to win. And there's still a chance for us. We're not that far back. But Lenny was in Hawkwind and he was in The Damned. Let's see what he did in The Damned. Let's see what he did in The Damned. Find out what he did in The Damned. Okay, let's see what's on this page. He also played with The Damned when they had no regular bassist. Okay. Motorhead's success peaked in 1980 and 81 with several UK charts, including Ace of Spades. #1 album, No Sleep Till Hammersmith. Became one of the influential bands in the heavy metal genre. Final live performance was in Berlin on 11th December 2015, the band's 40th anniversary tour. And then he died. He was an alcoholic. Wasn't he an alcoholic? Before I judge the guy, was he not an alcoholic? And that's the lesson we can learn. Don't drink. I had a beer yesterday, and it didn't even help put me to sleep. So what's the point of it? Okay? What's the point of it? What odds can you get on Palace winning the league, Alex? I'd imagine pretty decent ones. Yeah, well, I mean, I wouldn't bet on it. I wouldn't bet on it. Fanzines are rare, and that's why it's worth a lot. The pig thing is with the Tusks album, the Tusks emblem. Not possible to find. Well, just ask Google. Ask Google. I mean, we all give away stuff that has value. How do we know? You know, the only people who have stuff that have value are hoarders. And then they let it rubbish. Take the goggles off. Are you calling these goggles? I think he was a bassist briefly. I mean, we were talking about long hair, how long hair being a feminine characteristic and attractive. And he had long hair and a beard, and he had that boil on his face, that huge boil, I think it was over there. And it was really unattractive. Was it not unattractive? I want you to agree with me. It was properly unattractive. Hold on a sec. Hold on. Don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. We've got the wire. There's the wire. Where is the wire? Here's the wire. There's the wire. There's the wire. And there's the plug. Okay. There we go. I gotta charge up the phone. Pay no attention. Pay no attention to the man behind the mirror there. There we go. There we go. Proper English boil, like a Renoir. The Louvre Corsai says it's gross, and it's a sign of type 2 diabetes. And I used to have that too. I had a thing. I'm trying to remember what any kind of growths growths basically, and cancer too. It's a sign of diabetes. Too much carbohydrates. You are not a fan of boils. I think they're really gross. I think they're gross. I mean, I can work my way around it at this age. But you need to know if you've got a boil, they can be cut off, #1. And #2, they can stop growing if you stop the carbs. I had a thing removed. I had a cyst removed from my back. It was gross. It was like a lump. It was a lump, and it got removed. It was the most painful thing I've ever had done. Lemmy got lots of poon. He lives in a tiny flat. He was not home much. It didn't bother on home comforts. Where was he living? Was he living in New York? I think Lemmy was living in New York. What happened in the other matches today? Lemmy drank a bit, says Paul. But he had got plenty of good innings. How many good innings? They were into amphetamines. That is why it was called Motorhead, because their brain was like operating like a motor. Poor Cuffy. Sebaceous. I think it's a sebaceous. It's like below the skin. Yeah, Keith Bexley. Thank you, Keith. Good to see you. Yeah, it was gross. It wasn't gross. It was just a lump. It was a lump. I have a lump here, but it's going away. It's going away, my lump. You probably can't see it. Can you see it? Can you see the lump? But it's going away. When you go low carb, not that I've been low carb for the last 2 weeks. I haven't been. I've been horrible. I've been lying to you people. Poor Cuffy. You have to feel sorry for Exeter fans trudging all the way home after 10-1. Exeter was once a really good team at one time. When were they a good team? In the 2000s, right? Weren't they a good team then when they had an owner? Who was the owner? Was it the Israeli guy? Was he the owner? The magician guy. I bet they were all so delighted they scored. Yeah, I bet they were. 10-1. My God, that's horrible. Is the game over? Did they end the game at 10-1, or do they keep on going? Have you seen How to Get Ahead in Advertising? Maybe. I'm not sure. John Man, who is John Man? John Man, would you perform in my living room to me alone for 1,000 cash? I'm quite miserable, so I may not laugh. How is that different than any audience I ever performed for? You're basically asking, would I go to your living room and for £1,000? The answer is probably. You'd have to make an offer. You know, you can contact me are you on Twitter, John Man? Have we met before? Well, Spurs lost 2-1, the opposite of your prediction. Oh, there you go. Interesting. My prediction was Aston Villa losing 2-1. Thank you, Streaky Baker. It was a good guess, though. The score. I was halfway there, considering I wasn't raised in this country on football. Lemmy got more out of life than Lammy. The lump is gone. Forget it. I do basically, but I try to remember it because whenever I see people who need the help of a doctor, Dr. Lewis Schaffer, I try to help them out. John, I do it for 100. Let's rephrase that. I'd pay you 100 to let me do it to you. Let me come to your house. Richard E. Grant is How to Get Ahead in Advertising. A boil takes over his life. No, I never saw that. But probably it could, because it means you're on a high sugar diet and you're going to get cancer and die, or have a heart attack and die, or have arthritis and be in pain, or have dementia, which is type 3 diabetes. Not dust, cyst, see? My phone wouldn't even write it. Did you bet the opposite of his prediction? As you said, Gnome Hunter asked Streaky, did you bet against me? You should have bet against me. What do I know? But I did say it with a bit of surety, did I not? That's what makes me dangerous, because I say stuff with total surety. I did a whole £2, 8-1, but I blew the winnings on other losing footsie bets. Is that true? Did you win 8-1? That's fantastic. And and even if you blew it in a second later, it still gives you the fun to be able to bet on other things. I'm really pleased for you, Streaky Bacon. Did you ever meet David Spade? No, I never did. I never met David Spade. Hair is your crown. Yeah, but you know what? It's not quite as thick as it used to be, and I think that's from the carbs that I was eating. Even though I've got five genes, it's not five. I got one gene. I've got one gene to say that I'm going to have, long hair. You may not pay either. Okay, John, man, I'm going to demand the money in advance, or at least half of it in advance. Lammy was on Mastermind, same score as Exeter, 10-1. You need an agent, Lewis. You just negotiated £1,100 off of a gig. Yeah, I do. I don't want you to think that I'm getting £1,000 for a gig. Then you'll stop giving me money on Patreon and PayPal /Lewis Schaffer, or Ko-fi, KO-fi.com. Yeah, I'm bad at that. Yes, 16 pounds you made. And you were correct. It gave me the funds and other small money, enjoyable, fun bets. And when you won, you probably were really happy. Not even just because you basically proved Lewis Schaffer wrong or that I was proved wrong, but everybody that's why betting is so good. It just goes. It's like having a bowl of pasta. That's what it's like. Bowl of pasta. Is this 1984 in 2026? What do you mean by that? Oh my God, I'm contractually obliged. No, you're not. You're not contractually obliged. In order for a contract to happen, I don't know what the rules are, but just because you say I'll give you 1,000, and I go okay, I'll take 1,000. You go, well, I was making a joke. You know what I mean? You're not contractually obliged. Where do you live? How far away is it? How far away is it? Now, I come to your house for free because I want people to like me. And I got to work on my act. I don't even know what I'm going to say when I do the show on the 10th of February. You guys can buy a ticket to see Lewis Schaffer. Why not? Why not buy a ticket to see Lewis Schaffer at Comedy Unleashed? You know, why not? That could be a real. It's going to have other comedians too. It could be really entertaining. Properly. Hey, and also, before I forget, because we've been going for an hour, can you like the stream? Can you? I need everybody to like the stream. Can you do me a favor? Is that the way they would say it? 1,100 pounds, as opposed to saying 1,100 pounds, Paul. I did not know that. 1,100, 1,100, 1,100. I think the reason you do that is because of your monetary thing. It's got three, it's got pounds, shilling, pence. It's divided into three sections, whereas America is very simple, 1,100. You couldn't say that in the old monetary thing. You couldn't say 1,100. You'd have to say 11. You'd have to say 1,000. Let me see how you would say it. You'd say 1,150 pence, or whatever, something like that. Can I pay you to perform at your house? You mean come to my house and see what this place looks like? Probably, possibly. I mean, I would prefer to come to you. Where are you located? Just remember to hide your cakes and champagne. Yes, please. Can I pay you 16 pounds to perform at my house? You're asking Joodles. Stay away from Joodles. No, Hunter says, don't forget to like and subscribe. Let's like and subscribe. How do you like my haircut? Let's talk about my haircut. Did you notice that I got a haircut? Did you notice that, anybody? Is that the same gig Andrew Lawrence and Leo Kearse doing? I think I heard Lawrence mention Comedy Unleashed the other day. No, I think it's with but that was like that is tomorrow. I mean, that's Tuesday. That's Tuesday. Americans don't like saying the word thousand. We had LSD, pounds, shilling, and pence. Yes. Why were pences D's? That's a question too. I used to know the answer. I forgot the answer. You should do a private gig for us, Lewis, before February. I might have to see. But the problem is you might just laugh a lot to be nice to me. And then the show will go horribly. Or maybe you won't laugh at all, and all my quality material I'll think is not funny, and I won't do it. There we go. Who is Yakulta Muzumi? You look fabulous, Lewis. Love the haircut. Thank you. Shinyak Ulka Muzumi. Is that how you pronounce your name? Shinri Yak. Where are you from, Shinri? Have you been here before? It's good to see you. It's really good to see you. That's okay. Did you suffer from stage? Do I suffer? Rod Greenhall asks. No, I don't suffer from it. The audience suffers from it. I don't suffer from it. I'm a bit stupid. I'm stupid. I think everything's going to be okay. And then when it's not okay, that's when the fun begins. When you're looking at the audience and they're hating you. And I did not get that from what's his name, from Andy Kaufman. I didn't get that, but similar to Andy Kaufman, I'm sitting there. I mean, I'm not worried. It's like I'm not worried about a traffic accident. When you're driving and you're not worried about getting into a traffic accident, that's when you get into a traffic accident. Lewis is on. I'm on with Scott Capurro, Dane Frisbee. I don't know who that is. I think that's wrong. Dominic Frisbee. Alan Francis. That's brilliant. I just saw Alan Francis the other day. I like that guy. I like Alan Francis and Dominic Frisbee at Comedy Unleashed on February 10th. Just Google Comedy Unleashed and buy a ticket before it's sold out. Do you sell merch online? A coaster for my coffee mug would be nice. The answer is I used to, but I don't anymore. I used to. I don't sell any. I don't have any merchandise. You can buy stuff from Lewis Schaffer that I'll autograph for you. I'll autograph it for you on Vinted Nunhead Man. Go to Nunhead Man. The chances of being, how do you pronounce, the chances of that being how you pronounce your name are about 0. Yes, yeah, but that was in the one of the images we had, and that Lucy Harmon, the other Lucy, she yeah, with me doing a milk tray thing, a handsome older man. So of course I go to Nunhead. Maybe I should put pictures up there. Maybe I could do that. Lewis Schaffer memorabilia. I probably could put Lewis Schaffer memorabilia on that. You could buy it. It'd be quite maybe worth something. Dane Frisbee is not a typo and is not related to Dom. Well, that's brilliant then. It's brilliant. Who is the guy? Let's see who he is. Let's see who Dane Frisbee is. Are you ready to see who Dane Frisbee is? Who is Dane Frisbee? Who is Dane Frisbee? He's Irish. Meet the Wicklow comic launching his first show. Debut appearance in Estonia. Has plunged himself performing over 150 shows in 20 countries. How long has he been going? Let's see. Is a Wicklow comic 2.5 years ago. Since then, he's been throwing himself around the world. Over 200 shows in 22 countries. Well, good luck to him. Here we go. He's got 5,000 followers already. I hate this guy. He's so professional so far. And there's what's her name in there. Okay. So we know who he is. He's an Irish comedian. They think they're so funny. Some of them are funny. Some of the Irish people are funny. Some of them are funny. Who are some of your favorite comedians, John Mann? Do you like Norm Macdonald? I do. First of all, you got to tell me who you are before I answer these personal questions. Lewis, can I come to you and say, I'm from YouTube? Yeah, maybe you can. Why are you asking me questions? You got to say, have you pulled any girls on YouTube on this stream? Dave, have you pulled anybody? Dane is Irish, says Paul. Yeah. Lewis, you cut your own hair, didn't you, girl from Mars? Yes, I did. How does it look? Does it look pretty good? Does it look bad? Have I missed something? Is anything like really long? Oh, there's a long hair. Oh my God, look at how long that hair is. Oh my God. Oh my God, look at how long it is. Hold on, I'm going to pull it out. There you go. That is a really long hair. Good job for February. That you do not think you do not think he was just a typo. Well, I'll see him. I'll go up to him. Well, I would have gone up to him and says, I didn't know you were a real person. How many frisbees can there be? You know, clever, clever. You have perceived that I am a comedian. I am Glenn Seven. Who is Glenn Seven? Who is Glenn Seven? Is that Lenny? Is that Glenn Lenny Sherman? Who is that? Now you must answer my question on some of your favorite comics. Let's see what the story is. Who is Glenn Seven? Let's look who Glenn Seven is. Let's just look who Glenn Seven is. Can you like the stream? A lot of you haven't liked the stream yet. Who is Glenn Seven? He's from Knutsford. He's from Knutsford. Glenn Seven is a stand-up based in Knutsford, available for weddings and events in the northwest of England. He specializes in family friendly. Okay, oh my God. There you go. Knutsford. I live in the Northwest. Well, welcome to the show. Welcome. You're doing better than I'm doing. Lewis, would you be worried if I said after meeting you, I would like to comb your hair? No, I would let you comb my hair if you wanted to comb it. If you wanted to comb it even in a gay way, I'd let you comb my hair. As long as there's love, as long as we love each other. I think that's important to me. Who are some of your favorite comedians? Do you like? I like Norm Macdonald. Who do you like? You're Glenn Seven. But you say you want to do weddings in the Northeast. You should never, ever say that. And I can tell you why. Here's Lewis Schaffer giving comedy advice. The advice from a failure. Because maybe someone who's not in the Northwest would want you. And that you would say to them, can you come do my wedding? It's down at Land's End. I think, Land's End in Cornwall or something. And they would go, wow, that's brilliant. And you would say, well, how much, no, not come down. So, yeah, I'll come up. But I'm living, yeah, they want you to go down there. You would set the price. Maybe they would pay. Like this guy was willing to pay, like whatever. Who was you? Who you did? You said, come and do comedy come and do comedy in my flat. Basically. And I'd say, yeah, I'll come and do it. I'll go up to the Northeast. But I'm going to charge you more money than I would if I was doing one in Nunhead. So never put any limits on people doing it. It's going to cost more. It's going to cost more. It's good. That's actually good advice. I worked with a transport planner who was a frisbee. They're not even the throwing toy people. Frisbee, named after Frisbee pies. Possibly. That's the story that I heard too. But Frisbee is a BY, and that means that they are Viking heritage when the Vikings took over this country and then became English. And the people of England who were already living here were quite upset at those people coming. They didn't have any border controls back in the day, and they weren't invited. He is also funny when he doesn't realize it, Mr. Cuff. Who? Okay, me. Mr. Cuff says, MC, it's probably not even his. Just hair he found on the street. Well, if it works, it works. It works. I mean, I used to color my hair for a long time. I used to color it. And it looked good for a while. Nobody noticed. And then people started to notice. Puka pies. Is it puka pies or pucka pies? Are the best pies. They are quite good. I had one at Crystal Palace. And it was really good. And it was cheap. It was £5. But it was very meaty and moist and wet. is it pucka or puka, Darklands? How do you say that? Um, the Vikings never became English. Most left or were expelled, and a few integrated, but never did they become English in that sense. Yes, they did. Dominic Frisby is the most English person you could ever meet, and he has Viking ancestry. Probably. So, maybe in one generation they don't, and maybe the second generation may not, but eventually they do. They do. Lewis, you have done stand in the park. Do stand in the light. They'd love you. I have done stand in the park. I have done that. I love those people. I love those people. I think Thursday, trying to remember when we have another day. You come and meet me at Stand in the Park. Bunch of they're not even leftists. They're just like conspiracy theorists, Lewis. Okay. I look like AI tonight, Dave Toby. Interesting. I used to work with a bloke called Censor, says Mr. Steve Cuff. He did nothing all day, but as soon as someone walked past him, he jumped into action. Yeah, well, that's what everybody does. Everybody does. Fray bentos have the tins that might have made frisbees. I almost bought a Fray bentos, but they're a bit expensive. Are they good? Is a Fray bentos meat pie? I've actually eaten them in the past. I can't eat them now. I've got to really control the carbs. I've got to control the carbs. I have Viking heritage from Finland. I don't think the Vikings are from Finland. Some are. Some are, Paul Yoward. Finnish people are not Vikings. They are the same as the Estonians or the Hungarians. They're a separate group of people. They didn't invade. Am I right, Paul Yoward? Not that I'm questioning you. Shit nowadays. I don't know what you mean by that. They are handy to keep in the cupboard, those pies. Yeah, that's the problem. The problem is they're in the cupboard and you want to eat them. When I find food, I find a lot of food that's fallen out of people's bags, or I take out of their bags, or they're from the street, or whatever. And it's not exactly what I should be eating. And I think, I'll just put it in like I found some salted cashews. And I couldn't not eat them. Am I happy? What do you think? Do you think I'm happy? Do you think I'm happy? But Air stand in the park. It was brilliant. It was during the COVID thing. I didn't believe in it at all. Swedes, so Vikings in essence. Swedes. Yes, they could be Vikings. But Finnish people were not Vikings as far as I know. Were they Vikings? Yes, they did. Finland is about 77% Vikings. Yeah, on those islands off the coast. But they were the Vikings that captured Finland. Okay? So they weren't Finnish people. The Finns are not Vikings. The official line is that Viking is a verb to go raiding, and the peoples who raided came from all the Norse countries. Is Finland a Norse country? No, you look sad. I'm a bit sad. I'm not really super sad. I'm about normally sad. It's interesting. Do you think I look sad? I don't want you to think that I'm sad. I'm not super sad. I'm not super sad. I'm worried. I'm worried about my own life. I'm worried about this gig coming up. I'm worried about people liking me. I'm worried about making these shows good. I'm worried that I shouldn't fall asleep during a show. I want to be as interesting as possible. Also, possibly tired. Did you have a nap between streams? I lay down, but I was watching the YouTube videos, the TikTok videos, or whatever, the reels. Yeah, ethnic Swedes live in Finland. Finland is Norse. It is not Scandinavian. Okay, it's Norse, meaning north. There, are you Swedish? Do you have Swedish blood, Paul Yoward? I didn't realize I'd open up a kettle of fish in this thing. And I'm talking like I know what I'm talking about. I don't really know. Finland is Nordic, but culturally they are distinct from the others, which is what I've said. Finland is Uralic or sometimes something like that. Yes, they're like, I don't know what it's called. They're Hungarian or Estonian. So it's the rest are Germanic. Yes, yes. Darklands, possibly Argentinian. Beef, says Streaky. I don't know. Would I ever do Bonnie Blue? Well, you have to answer that question yourself. Would you ever do Bonnie Blue? Lewis was terrific last time at Comedy Unleashed. It was good fun, but that doesn't mean it's going to happen again. I haven't done it in a long time. They haven't asked me to do it in a long time. Maybe they know. Maybe they know better. Maybe it's too risky. Maybe they've been told not to do me. Maybe they've heard about me, the Me Too thing and that girl who said bad things about me. Who knows what it is? Maybe do a Matt Rife type of show and just take the piss out of the audience. Well, who is Matt Rife? I don't even heard of that guy. Let me see who that guy is. Matt Rife. Matt Rife. Glenn 7. Good to see you, Matt Rife. I like when comedians come and join us here. He is best known for specials OnlyFans. I mean, maybe. Who knows? I don't know what. He's good looking. Is he gay? He's 30 years old. Is he gay? Self-produced comedy specials. Natural selection. Yeah, he's hardworking. He also lived in a comedy. He's been a comedian since he's 14 years old. I mean, really, that takes yeah, God bless the guy. Rife's biggest influences are Lewis Schaffer. Oh, Dave Chappelle, Ricky Gervais, and Dane Cook. Rife performed at Dave Chappelle's 50th birthday show and has called Chappelle a mentor. He also said Adam Chandler, Jim Carrey, Jim Varney, David Spade, Paulie Show, and Robin Williams. Who are my mentors? Who are my influences? He's worked so hard. He has worked so hard. He's an actor too. He's acted. Okay, go. Good way to go, girl. Wait, or boy, whatever. Good work. I was almost typed. We need Gnome Hunter to explain that. What does that mean? Only 10% genes from Finland. Okay, that's good news. Okay, so you have Viking blood. Not that I believe in any of that stuff. It doesn't make you a hunter, a predator, invader, whatever it means to be a Viking, because you have that. What did I miss? Is there a comedian in there? A couple of comedians in. John is a comedian. John. Okay, yeah. Rife does a lot of crowd work in videos. Is Chappelle that funny? Do people find him funny? He is really brilliant. He is really tried to get me fired for my job. I know him. He knows me. He didn't like me. I was unlikable. I'm unlikable now. You can tell how unlikable I am. John Mann. Who else is a comedian? Paul Yoward. Paul Yoward is a comedian, and John Mann is a comedian. I also quite like some of Matt Rife. He's a serial womanizer, probably gay like me. I'm a serial womanizer, or try to be, but it just hides a deep, deep, deep gayness that I have. Maybe that's where my sadness comes from. Girl from Mars. Maybe that's where it is. A bit late. No, I was Me Too'd in 2016. It was at the height of it, almost. It was right at the time that with the Weinstein. I watched Dave Chappelle today for the first time ever, and I didn't get to the end of a 10-minute video. He's not funny to me. Joodles. Here is the thing. You don't know. You don't know who's funny, who's not funny. You don't know who's funny, who's not funny. You can say, he reminds me of this guy. He's doing this guy's material. He stole this guy. That you could say that. Whether somebody's funny or not, I think he's just he's so confident and so brilliant. He's got white blood. I like Chappelle even less now. Norm Macdonald is my favorite besides Lewis, of course. Thank you, Paul. Yeah. You know what? It's very easy to turn on a successful comedian. It's really easy, but it's very hard to be a successful comedian. Very hard, Joodles. His niche is that he's just relaxed on stage and chain smokers. By the way, did you have a smoke? And he chain smokes. By the way, did you have a smoke, Lewis? No, I don't. I don't smoke. I don't smoke. Smoking is fun though. I find all sorts of um, vapes, but I don't smoke. Lewis, I can say what I like. I can say what I like, Lewis. Thanks. I didn't say Chappelle isn't funny. I said he's not funny to me. Okay, well, why don't you find him funny? Why would somebody else find him funny? Okay, and John Mann is right. He's so relaxed on stage. He's a super professional. Whereas me, I'm not relaxed. I'm not relaxed. And that's also can be funny. You know, Ricky Gervais is the funniest comedian of the modern day. Streaky Bacon says, he can be. Yes, he can be. I remember not liking him back in the day. So you can say, I don't like you now, but I'll like you later. And you know what it is? Sometimes you just got to say, you know what? I'm just going to relax and laugh at this. I don't laugh at anybody who's left wing. Whatever. But I think we should. I think we should, basically laugh at people. Keith Bexley says this. I've not watched much of Chappelle with an L and an E. I think he's changed a lot. He had great stuff like 30 years ago. Well, that's a complaint that's been made. He's become very white, middle class. He was always middle class. He probably was always white. And like he says, he grew up in the ghetto. But then you find out the truth that he didn't grow up in the ghetto. He's like a rich guy. He's buying a town. Imagine if he were white, but he makes fun of black people, which is funny. Chappelle is interesting and funny most times, but he's just stereotypical comedian, like a default setting of a modern comedian, I feel, a default setting. Bear in mind, I haven't watched much of him. Well, that's what he seems like to you, but he's not that way. He's not that way. He was quite Chappelle with two L's and an E. He was really interesting back in the day, and I think he's interesting now. He's interesting now. He's offered $50 million to be on the TV, and he said no. He said no. He didn't want $50 million to be on the TV. That makes anybody interesting. Technically, Gervais is not a stand-up. He's an actor playing the part of a stand-up. Well, a lot of stand-ups are that way. They are that way. But no. I don't even think he's an actor. He started so late. He was a writer. He was a producer. He was everything. He is an actor playing the part of a. I don't know if I agree with that, Paul Yoward. This is a different thing. He plays to precise wording. He's terrific, but he is not a stand-up. Well, what is the difference between a stand-up and an actor? I actually said yesterday what the difference was. The difference was an actor says, hey, Ma, look at me. Pay attention to me. I'm going to do what I need to do to make you pay attention to me. A comedian says, hey, Ma, stop hitting me. That I think, is the difference. So we all agree that Dave Chappelle, isn't all that. In fact, hardly anyone in the UK has heard of him. Well, what does that mean, John? What does it mean? What does it mean that people in the UK haven't heard of him and we don't like him? That doesn't mean he's not absolutely brilliant. And he tried to get me fired. And you know what I mean? It's like, we need to be really generous with comedians. It's really hard to be a stand-up comedian, even today, because anybody in there, all the actors who are becoming like stand-ups, they're becoming stand-ups. Ricky started at around the same time as you did. Joodles. Did he? No, he was in the TV thing, but he wasn't doing stand-up. When did he start doing stand-up, Joodles? Are you talking to me? He likes to boast about buying the town. Is not particularly funny. It's interesting. It's pretty interesting to buy a town. How many of us have thought about buying a town? I think about it all the time. You got no money, but you think about it. That's correct, Lewis. No difference worth talking about. In what way, no difference? What did I just say? Um, okay, Ricky Gervais started in a band. He started in a band too. He was a musician. He wanted people to pay attention to him, I think. People love you, Lewis. Just be yourself. You'll be fine. I like Norm Macdonald. So do I. He died. What did he die of? Look, I don't know whether he was an alcoholic or not, but he died from maybe alcohol related brain dementia, maybe from carb related brain dementia, which is what diabetes does. It's really sad. But Norm Macdonald was so funny. Yes, meandering, shaggy dog stories, also like Dylan Moran and Nicholas DeSanto's comedy. Nothing funnier than the truth. Well, just remember one thing: all of comedy is the truth. Shinra. How do you pronounce your name? Is it Shinri? Shinrak? Is it Shin? Is it Shin? Shinriak? How do you pronounce your name? Anyway, Dave Chappelle's dad is a university professor, and his mother too. He grew up in an upper class home. I wouldn't say an upper class home, but a upper middle. In America, that would be upper middle class home. An upper class home would be would be would be Elon Musk's home. Would be his home. Norm is an old clunk of coal who likes a cheese sandwich. He's funny. He's funny. Norm didn't drink. He had cancer from an early age. He told no one about it. Okay, so he didn't drink. He says he didn't drink. So he had it was carbs. It was carbs. So you people out there don't have carbs. Anyway, this has been a good show. This show has been it's based on whether I've been interested in this show. This has been one of our best shows ever, I would say. It's Shinri. That's interesting and not Shinri. That's interesting and not surprising. Educated, middle class, liberal, ignorant. You don't want to say that. You're gonna have to run into the guy one day, and he's the kind of guy who can remember you and your act. And you don't want to make an enemy. This is what I'm always make enemies. So don't do what I'm doing. Make friends. Make friends. I think alternative comedy ruined comedy. Bring back Benny Hill, Tommy Cooper, Bernard Manning, Arthur Brown as an Arthur Brown. Yeah, fantastic. Fantastic. There's room enough for everybody. Gnome Hunter does a good job, which he says reminds everybody make a contribution to this thing. If you watch 30 shows a month, that's 10 pence a show, which is amazing. Thank you, Gnome, for putting that up. You can go to paypal.me. Paypal.me. I don't know whether that's the right link. Lewis Schaffer. Go to Twitter at Lewis Schaffer. There, it's on the board right there. Lewis Schaffer at Lewis Schaffer at Twitter. So you know about this thing. Especially, also, go to subscribe to the channel. Shinri, please. John Mann, please. So we can see each other more. Go to Discord. Go to Discord. Go to Discord. If you like Morancy Breakfast Wine, it is a short film and amazing. Okay. I'll be throwing you a bone on Monday, but thank you very much, MC Scott. If you can't afford it, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I don't even check to see who's contributed at all. So I don't know. When I talk to you, I don't know whether you've contributed. Some people I know have contributed, like Ludd and MC Scott, but I don't know. And Steven and whatever. I don't know. So whatever it is, Vatanai, what did Vatanai say? I know we've told you before, but there's no board behind you. But there is. It says Lewis Schaffer. Go to the board. Go to the board. Lewis Schaffer. What are you talking about? Okay, Norm Macdonald's indeed a diamond. He's a diamond, yeah. Starmer. And he got fired from Saturday Night Live. So even the best people get fired. Starmer has no business using the word disgusting What word did he use? Anyway, so here's the deal. We will see you later. Let me just find out who the top fans were in tonight's show. Top fans in tonight's show. Stuart, spelled wrong. Stuart Hanley. Okay. Julian. Thank you, Julian. Rod Greenhall. Warmelian. I didn't see you guys in the stream, but thank you for being on the list. I don't know why. 21 is Ulrich, Girl from Mars. I hope I don't look sad. I'm happy that you are here, though. Batanai. Then 18 is John Mann, Keith Bexley. Keep on posting, and you'll rise up the ranks. Keith Bexley, Mark Therosian. Brilliant. Jedster, Streaky Bacon, Corsai, number 13. Hi-Ho Kermit. Good to see you. Always good. Shinri, Occult, whatever. Thank you. Alex Darklands is number 9, high up on the list. Dave Toby, MC Scott, beautiful. Mr. Cuff, it makes me happy to see you here. Cellaire, it makes me happy. Joodles, Dingo Dollar, how about Dingo Dollar? Paul Yoward, number 2. A round of applause for Paul Yoward for being number 2. And number one, Gnome Hunter. You've done a great job, Gnome Hunter. I appreciate you being here and helping. Big round of applause for Gnome Hunter, number 1. I think it's a good. I wish I could keep track of what the long-term ratings are, but the rating, maybe these are kind of like long-term ratings. So everybody subscribe. That's the bell. That's the alarm, I think, or like, which is the thumbs up. And we'll see you tomorrow at 5 or maybe 6. I might start later because I'm going into town, so I don't know. Into London. I'm going into London. I'm going to town. So I'm going into town in London. Okay? I'll see you later. This has been the 208th day. This is the 65th show from 10th of January, 2026. I love you. I kiss you goodbye. If I didn't mention your name, say, what about me? What am I, chopped liver? What? Do that. Okay.